Right now, while many associate July 4th with independence celebrations, New Glarus has another round of festivities a month later. Also, presumed Democratic nominee Kamala Harris is expected to announce her running mate this week. We show you the potential vice presidential choices. And we're following a local festival, raising funds to help keep the local waters clean. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 5:30. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. During the summer, lots of us think about the 4th of July as the main Independence Day celebration. But as our Merrill Hubbard reports, the 1st of August is another big day for Switzerland.
Swiss Independence Day is August 1st, and New Glarus has the history and community to celebrate. New Glarus was founded in 1845 by a group of Swiss settlers, and their history lives on through the community that exists today. The New Glarus Volksfest is a yearly event where people come together to enjoy traditional Swiss food, native drinks, and music. Hundreds of people gathered at Wilhelm Tell's shooting ground to enjoy a Swiss picnic, one where the music gets everyone singing to remember the heritage of New Glarus.
So for us, it's just like a great way to be part of the community and to just share music with each other and to share music back with our community and keep like Swiss culture alive. I think is so important and so unique to New Glarus.
There were performers of all ages that showcased their yodel and use of Swiss instruments, making for a day that adds a plus to summer holidays. This celebration happens every year on the first weekend of August, so if you missed it this year, you can always save it for the next. Reporting in New Glarus, I'm Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Merrill, thank you. The festivities are wrapping up today with an open house at the Swiss Center of North America. Now let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller, who's out on the weather patio. Blaze, I know it's been a little bit warm today, but I hope there's some good news on the horizon that'll brighten up your day a little bit.
Yeah, you know, like you and I have talked about it in many different ways, we're not really for the heat and humidity, and thankfully next week, many folks across the area who feel like us, we get some relief from this heat and humidity, but it comes with the chance for some severe weather. Not only this evening, we are tracking just a very small chance for an isolated severe thunderstorm, but mainly Monday afternoon through the early overnight hours. We find now a slight risk for nearly all of the News 3 Now coverage area or that marginal in the green. We do also find a 5% in the brown tornado risk for your Monday afternoon. While that doesn't seem very high, 5%, the threshold for tornadoes in terms of the Storm Prediction Center's percentages, 5 isn't actually too bad. So we'll keep an eye out for an isolated weak tornado. But the real threats are going to be not only strong winds and large hail, but also minor flooding, as we are very saturated still here across southern Wisconsin. So let's walk Future Track through your Monday. Some overnight showers and thunderstorms may still be present as we're heading off to work on Monday, but we could dry out, but we don't clear out. That's kind of the big thing about tomorrow is we're going to stay mostly cloudy to maybe partly sunny. Not enough to really cause the atmosphere to become super unstable, but we're going to watch where this low pressure system and its warm front eventually settle, because that's where the best chance for severe weather is going to be. Future Track really doesn't bring in any activity until the late afternoon, early evening through the overnight hours. And even those storms could pack a punch with those strong winds and large hail. In the meantime, though, we are quiet as temperatures settle into those still upper 80s to 90s. It's 90 in Boscobel, 88 in Janesville, 87 in Madison. It may not be 90 where you're at it, but it could feel like it with these high dew points as well. We'll track out the cooler temperatures arriving next week in the full forecast.
All right, Blaze, we'll see you then. For 4 years now, the Strip Carnival Mall has been bringing community spirits to the east side of Madison, all for a good cause. The event has all the makings of some summer fun, carnival games, cocktails, prizes, and food and drink from local vendors. It brought people together from all over Dane County to support keeping our local water clean.
We get community members from all over Dane County, but particularly the chain of lakes, you know, Lake Mendota, Lake Monona, and down the waterways here. A lot of people who care about that love to come through here, drink cocktails with us, and of course, dunk some business owners, play some other fun carnival games as well.
The event raised money for Clean Lakes Alliance, a local nonprofit that cleans and protects waterways in our area. The Janesville Police Department says a man disguised as a tree trimmer lured a victim out of their home today, letting another man steal multiple things from inside. JPD say an unknown Hispanic man working for Jose's Tree Service knocked on the victim's door claiming he was there to trim trees for the city of Janesville and led the victim to the backyard to view the trees that were going to be cut. After luring the victim away from the open front door, JPD says a second unknown suspect entered the home, stealing multiple items. Both perpetrators left the area in a white van. JPD says the investigation is ongoing. And 2 Madison men are in custody this morning following a chase. Monona police say it happened about 12:10 this morning. They were helping other departments in the chase when they spotted the vehicle on Cottage Grove Road. Monona police tried to stop the vehicle but were unable to. The chase continued until the vehicle went down a dead end to Senecan Circle. The vehicle came to a stop and 2 people inside began running. The passenger was arrested and eventually a canine apprehended the driver of the vehicle. The driver was taken to an area hospital for a dog bite wound to the leg. During the chase, a Monona police officer did hit a parked car. Fortunately, no one was injured. Presumptive Democratic nominee Kamala Harris is meeting today with top contenders to be her running mate, according to multiple sources familiar with the plans. It comes as a new CBS poll shows she has a 1-point edge nationally and is tied with former President Donald Trump across the collective battleground states. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
New CBS News polling shows the percentage of Democrats who say they'll definitely vote has now risen to its highest point this year, with Vice President Kamala Harris improving enthusiasm among Black voters and younger voters, data points that have tightened the race.
I'm seeing the coalitions building. I'm seeing that people from all backgrounds are interested in her.
The new poll shows Harris is leading on the question of cognitive health and among women voters, while former President Trump still maintains a sizable lead with voters who say they'll be financially better off with him and that his policies will decrease border crossings.
The economy, the border, we've got bigger issues to worry about, and I think that's what he's focusing on.
CBS News has confirmed Harris' scheduled meeting Sunday with some of the top candidates for the VP position, including Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
I think that there are people out there who have been Republicans but are not in favor of Trump and would look for an alternative, and I think by making a good choice there, I think that could help those people to come over and vote for Kamala Harris.
Harris is expected to name her running mate by Tuesday, ahead of a 7-state battleground tour. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Harris's 1-point edge nationally in the CBS poll stands in stark contrast to President Biden's numbers. He was down 5 points nationally when he exited the race. Part of Vice President Harris's battleground blitz will be a stop in Wisconsin next week for a campaign rally. The Democratic nominee will be in Eau Claire on Wednesday and will likely feature the yet-to-be-named running mate. The event is scheduled to take place at 11 in the morning, but the exact location hasn't been announced. It will be Harris's 6th time in the Badger State this year. And the judge overseeing former President Donald Trump's election subversion case in D.C. has rejected another effort by the former president's legal team to throw it out. Yesterday, Judge Tanya Chutkan tossed out arguments by Trump's attorneys that special counsel Jack Smith was unfairly prosecuting the former president. Chutkan is once again proceeding with the case weeks after the Supreme Court granted presidents sweeping immunity from prosecution for official acts committed while they were in office. Chutkan will hold a hearing on August 16th to consider how the case will move forward. And coming up next on News 3 Now at 5:30, parts of the South brace for a tropical storm that is set to make landfall later this evening. More on the expected damage.
Melissa Ratcliffe, a working mom, is the only woman running for state senate in District 16. Republicans in the state senate are attacking abortion access. Melissa Ratcliffe will always defend reproductive freedom. Melissa Ratcliffe, a proven fighter for our rights.
Drive into summer with the rugged Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Summer is for exploring, so get outdoors, kick up some dust, get muddy, or just find that perfect campsite. All from Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
I became a nurse to make lives better. Today, that's hard to do because of the open border. I've seen firsthand the damage that Kamala Harris caused as our country's borders are. Hospitals everywhere are overwhelmed, and American patients are paying the price. My patients are covering the healthcare costs for people here illegally while their own care is jeopardized. Kamala Harris is weak and dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a Major League sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Melissa Radcliffe works across the aisle to make positive things happen, expanding broadband, making housing more affordable. Melissa Radcliffe knows that Wisconsinites need progress, not partisan bickering. Melissa Radcliffe, common sense leadership, proven results.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5:30, moving forward.
Florida and Georgia are bracing for what could become a Category 1 hurricane. Tropical storm Debbie is expected to intensify before making landfall late Sunday night into Monday morning. Authorities in Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina are urging people to prepare. Jen Sullivan is tracking the storm and has details on the damage it's expected to cause.
Parts of Florida already dealing with heavy rain as the Sunshine State braces for the full impact of Tropical Storm Debbie.
We're going to be into a catastrophic rain situation.
Near record warm temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico are slowing the storm system, helping it gain strength before making landfall near Big Bend late Sunday night into Monday morning.
The hazards in this situation are going to be tornadoes, strong wind gusts, inland flooding, and possible impacts well outside of the center of the storm.
The city of Tampa giving out free sandbags to residents the past few days. The area is expecting 3 to 5 feet of storm surge on top of record rainfall.
And I'm grateful for all these guys who are doing this for us.
Some areas of Florida could see up to 30 inches of rain.
This is a big storm. I mean, you're going to have rain that's going to be far beyond the center of the storm.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis declaring a state of emergency and the state's National Guard on standby. The storm could dump up to 20 inches of rain on Georgia and the Carolinas over the next few days. Georgia and South Carolina also under a state of emergency Sunday. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
California firefighters continue to battle the spread of a wildfire that has now become the 4th largest in state history. The fire has now begun burning for over a week, setting more than 400,000 acres aflame. That's larger than the city of Los Angeles. Workers say they're now taking advantage of possible rainy weather to limit the spread.
Our intent is to get just as close as we possibly can to the active edge of the fire and try to stop it where it is, using these conditions to our advantage to slow down the movement of this fire.
The fire was allegedly started by an arsonist near Chico, California on July 24th. And coming up next on News 3 Now at 5:30, a full check of your first warn forecast is coming up with meteorologist Blaise Keller.
The nation's top call for action team is going strong at News 3 Now. With nearly 400 cases closed and over $700,000 recovered. If you need help moving forward, call for action only on News 3 Now.
They don't clock out at 5 or care if it's the weekend. That means we keep working too.
So when Eric Hovde says that farmers don't work hard, that pisses me off.
Think of farming. Look at the old physical toil that it would take on your body. Now you're largely driving around a tractor.
A California banker criticizing Wisconsin farmers for not working hard? We know what that is.
Eric Hovde, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I got it.
I got it.
The airport is in 4 miles. Interesting choice.
We're going on 5th? Wrong way.
You got it. But she's delayed.
Discover performance in rare form. Get offers on select F-Sport models at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
The story of Scott the Window Guy starts with the crack of a bat and a broken window. Little did I know, Mom actually wanted her windows replaced. I'm Scott the Window Guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. For the past 50 years, we've been replacing windows in Wisconsin with a 50-year warranty and a 10-year glass breakage guarantee to protect you
from kids like me.
Get a free, no-obligation estimate and $225 off per window at scottthewindowguy.com.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller. Blaze.
And we are tracking alert day conditions for your Monday. Severe thunderstorms with all severe weather hazards possible, starting as early as 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, lasting through about midnight, maybe as early as 11 o'clock. We can close that window for severe weather. We find a marginal risk in the green, but most of us actually underneath that slight risk there in the yellow. So the lower of the two categories outlined by the Storm Prediction Center. But I want to highlight the fact that we find a good environment farther south and west for an isolated weak tornado. That's where we find that brown area. But strong winds and localized large hail are going to be our greatest threats, not to mention minor flooding as we move into your Monday. This low pressure system is going to be coming off of the Rockies starting later this evening, move through parts of the Dakotas later tonight into early Monday, and then be moving overhead as we go further into your Monday afternoon, Monday night into Tuesday. Before then, we may squeeze out a few thunderstorms. They should be non-severe, but of course we'll keep you updated should that change. We're very humid outside, so we got the moisture, we have the instability. It's just, can we get them going? Because there's nothing really forcing these. They would essentially just have to create themselves. So we'll keep an eye out for that. They could linger if we do get a chain reaction going into the morning hours on Monday. We dry out, and then we're really going to watch where this warm front sets up, because Monday's severe weather is going to be somewhat conditional. Look at how much cloud cover we have through at least the late morning hours. We would really want to clear this out by about this time to get a good chance for some severe weather. But if we remain cloudy, that may force that warm front well off to our south. While that doesn't necessarily mean we won't see severe weather, the cloud cover and the further south we keep that warm front, the less chance we're going to have. Future Track doesn't really bring in any real organized activity until overnight Monday into Tuesday. But again, we'll still keep an eye out, because if that warm front lands maybe further north, we could get a little bit of rotation, a little bit of that forcing to get a few showers and thunderstorms as we go into your Monday afternoon. But if it stays further south, it's just going to be slightly harder. However, showers and thunderstorms north of that warm front could still pack a punch, so stay with News 3 Now. We'll keep you updated. Mostly cloudy tonight. Again, scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. They have to get going here within the next few hours to kind of set off that chain reaction through the overnight hours. But for now, we are continuing to remain quiet here across southern Wisconsin with temperatures as we make our way into the 6 o'clock hour, still in the upper 80s to low 90s at this time of day. So it is just very hot and humid. And while it may not really seem logical, sometimes if you're too hot, you just don't get showers and thunderstorms, especially if there's nothing pushing that air at the surface up into the atmosphere. For your Monday, starting out with, again, that chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms, and we'll look to see that, again, chance for maybe some severe weather as we head into the afternoon hours on your Monday. There is a look at your 10-day forecast. If you haven't done so now, you can download our news and weather app. We will push alerts to you should any severe thunderstorm or tornado warnings, watches even, be issued for where you live. We slowly clear out on Tuesday, only climbing into the low 70s on Tuesday, and then we're generally quiet as we go into the second half of next week, hanging out in those 70s.
I hope that it's quiet because I have 2 live shots Monday and Tuesday, so I don't want to have to break out the umbrella just to be able to do the live shots.
Probably, I think you'll be okay, especially again Monday afternoon. It's just going to be if we can get a little bit of a break in the cloud, we might see some storms.
Okay, all right, well, sounds good. Fingers crossed. Thank you, Blaze. And so to come in sports, Andrew shows you the unexpected star of the show at Packers Family Night next on News 3 Now.
I'm running to fight for an America where the economy works for working people, where you only have to work one job to pay the bills, and where hard work is rewarded, where reproductive rights are not just protected by the Constitution of the United States, but guaranteed in every state, because that's our America. And that's the America I believe in.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with free modem, no data caps, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee when you level up to a gig. Call 1-855-735-1336 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability, no added taxes or hidden fees, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-735-1336.
Call now.
We've all seen these ads by Senator Baldwin attacking me. She's lying to you. But that's what career politicians do when they get in trouble. The truth? I was born and live in Wisconsin. I've never run a nursing home, and of course I believe seniors should vote. The false attacks are going to keep coming because she has nothing to run on. Her record has failed us on inflation, the border, and crime. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message for this reason. It's time for change.
Wisconsin Broadcasters. Local, trusted, connected.
Last night was Packers Family Night, an open practice that signals the unofficial start to the season and the first time fans get to fill the stands at Lambeau. As you'd expect, Jordan Love was hucking touchdowns, but my favorite part of the night shows why Packers Family Night is so special. In front of 60,000 fans, check out this little guy. He was challenged to catch 3 punts in a row without dropping any of them, with all the balls in his hand. That was incredible. Obviously, he succeeded, and the Packers swarmed him. One of the coolest things you will see today. It's such a special night for everyone involved.
It's fun, you know, it's like game night, having a stadium filled. Oh, man, you know, we're going against each other, so the fans going for everybody, so it's nice.
I'm just thankful, man, you know, just to get thousands of fans to come out to a practice. I mean, I don't think any other team is doing that, so it's just a blessing.
Center. Brewers looking to rebound and win the series in Washington, but the Nationals rookie James Wood had other plans. Nats already leading 1-0, and Wood whacks a bases-clearing triple. This guy, along with Jackson Chourio, are going to be fun to watch for a long time to come. Their power and speed are undeniable. The Brewers would get a few back on this Gary Sanchez homer in the 8th, but it wouldn't be enough. Crew lose 4-3, the final score. Earlier when I said that Team USA is running away with the medal count, Jalen, I mean it. This is quite remarkable. They're tied for first in golds with China, but they now have a whopping 71 total medals. That is 26 more medals than the next most country. That is unbelievable.
I wonder what it is exactly about U.S. sports that makes them so dominant across the board, but for me, it's also thinking about all the other events that we were this close to also getting gold in, but Noah Lyles picked up his gold, Scotty Scheffler picked up his. We still have other track events, basketball for both men's and women's, volleyball, sand. beach volleyball and just normal volleyball. So we've got a chance to really make a mark on this Olympics.
Absolutely, and Team USA women's basketball also advanced past Germany today. Yet another feat. You mentioned Noah Lyles. We'll get to that later. Couldn't quite show you those highlights of this show, but we'll certainly get to them at 10, and that was unbelievable.
Yeah, that crowd was absolutely electric. He's got the 200-meter final coming up later. I mean, one of the biggest entertainers in all of the Olympics. That's been really fun to watch.
And that U.S. lead, it's just going to continue to grow.
Absolutely. All right, well, sounds good, Andrew. A final check of your first warn forecast is coming up when we return.
You'll get up to 57% off list at the huge 57th anniversary sale at Slumberland Furniture. Big deals, lots of big deals, like this sleek sofa for just $6.98, or this rich wood bed for just $4.20. This ultra cozy reclining sectional, just $12.95, plus totally free doorstep shipping, no minimum, and our 365-night sleep guarantee on mattresses, up to 57% off during the huge anniversary sale at Slumberland Furniture. Big deals.
The one thing Kamala Harris has always been: fearless. As a prosecutor, she put murderers and abusers behind bars. As California's Attorney General, she went after the big banks and won $20 billion for homeowners. And as Vice President, she took on the big drug companies to cap the cost of insulin for seniors. Because Kamala Harris has always known who she represents.
This campaign is about who we fight for. We believe in a future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. Where every senior can retire with dignity. But Donald Trump wants to take our country backward, to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and end the Affordable Care Act. But we are not going back. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
You're all looking for something new.
New?
At US Cellular, new and current customers can get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 or Z Fold 6 on us.
I usually just try out a new look, but that sounds lit.
I heard their cameras have new Galaxy AI features.
Have what?
Galaxy AI.
Gonna get one now.
I'm fine.
New and current customers get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 or Z Fold 6 on us. US Cellular, built for us.
All right, Blaze, another relatively hot and humid day, but what should they expect before they head on home?
Maybe a few scattered showers and thunderstorms here beginning between 6 and 9. If those were to fire up, we may see those continue overnight into the start of your Monday. But Monday afternoon, we have an alert day for potentially some severe weather. Those showers and thunderstorms wrap up throughout the morning hours on Tuesday. We're quiet and mild for the rest of next week.
All right, well, sounds good. Thank you, Blaze, and thank you, Andrew, and thank you all for joining us. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock. Let's make it a great evening.